right, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? It's a beautiful day here in the city of Jos, and you know what time it is, and you know how we do it every time on Legendary Session podcast. Today, I have an amazing personality. This guy is also a multitasking person. He's a dual core, he's a seven core, he's everything. He's an artist, he's a photographer, he's many, many things. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Storm Taddy in the building. Welcome to Legendary Session. Storm Taddy, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, man.
What's happening, man?
Boy, I just did.
How the subsidy things they go?
Bro!
I like how much you pay before you reach I be you keep your car for us. You know, say most of us don't use car again to work out.
Don't use car again.
You understand? How much is that bad for? Anyhow, we don't say we will come out of this. Yeah, we love
come
Nigeria.
out victorious. This guy will come out victorious.
Yeah, it's always easy. And then we just had something recently. We don't know how true it is, but they said fuel will be 700 naira per liter.
That's projected. We don't know how true that is, and we
Okay.
hope it doesn't get there. However, they said because of the new dollar policy,
Yeah.
the forces of the market may influence that to happen.
So talking about that, what does that mean to like a layman? Like, what does that mean?
Forces of the market. As Nigeria, are we going to import more and export less like we used to, or are we going to start upping our game when it comes to exportation?
Okay.
And by the time we are doing that, that means we are attracting more investment to the country. So that
Okay.
can make more.
So let's see. Speaking for the masses,
Yeah.
this issue of fuel subsidy right now, people like trying to get to, let's say, their workplace, try to do their business as usual as it used to be before. Like, how do you look at it? What do you think? Like, people, the young masses that probably could not really afford 3 square meals. How do you think it affects them right now?
The truth is, it affects everybody, not just.
Okay, so yeah, because actually I was talking with a friend, right, and they said at this point in time it will affect even the rich.
Yeah,
The rich also cry.
the truth is, this thing will affect everybody, and because one, there were certain things that were not put in place by a way of palliative for the Nigerian population. So, if they had put that palliative, it would soften a lot of other things for people, but that wasn't done.
So-
the subsidy was just
So
taken
in
out.
essence, what you were trying to say there would have been measures that would have been
Yes,
put in place
certainly.
before taking
Yes,
this
yeah,
kind of
exactly.
policy. So I think personally, I feel like we have issues with making policies in this country because we don't think about the repercussions. We just make policies,
Sometimes
and then there are no
Yeah.
measures. Like you can see when we had the issues of this naira and do you get whatever policy?
Redesigning.
Yeah,
A lot of those policies.
there
are
was
not
nothing in
with-
place.
It's not with the masses at heart. That's the truth. And for instance, you have a product that you want to put out. You have to sample opinions, because at the end of the day, you're not the only one that is going to use that product. It's people. You have consumers of that product, so you have to sample opinions. What do those people want? If not, now rubbish business you
So
do with that.
let me say, generally, we are in a democratic setting right now. Do you think we as stakeholders are being carried along in decision and policy making in this country?
To a large extent, we are not. That's the truth. They make
Yeah.
it seem that way, but we are not carried along.
Because sometimes it's just like we just wake up and see things. Oh,
And you could
they don't
wonder
drum.
how.
Cool. They don't consult. Was there a town hall meeting?
For instance, when they say we no fit do crypto again, bro.
Like,
Who did you discuss with?
you get. So, ladies and gentlemen, to say it's just sometimes I feel like it's traumatizing waking up as a Nigerian, because you just wake up sometimes, start thinking of how you go survive today, where I want to start from.
Bro.
I don't
Especially
know.
if
I don't know
you're
whether you have that
irrespon-
feeling, man.
Especially if you're a responsible person.
I don't know whether I'm just talking for myself, but sometimes
Bro,
you just
you're
wake
talking
up.
for every Nigerian
Because sometimes
right
you
now.
just wake up and then you just start wondering to the Guinean Farah, where I want to start from. How do you get? Sometimes you just it's another day again, another day. You know, just feel wait, big day, just
Guy. But we'll overcome. Nigerians are very resilient, so we are going to overcome.
amen. But I feel like that's one of the things we have been used, like they don't use us for, because we have this adoptive character that we can
And
just easily we
Adopt to a lot of things fast. That
yeah.
means we are also part of our problems if you look at
Uh-huh.
it.
That-
We are also part of it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Still welcome to Legendary Session Podcast. That was just by the way, just a little intro. Just let's just know what's happening in our country before we just narrow it down to where we are right now. That's just so. Let me see. Consign our topic for today is politics, the current politics on the plateau as it affects youth participation. You get from various careers, entertainment, being a lawyer, whosoever you are. So, what's your take on that?
I think we're in a new dispensation as the new administration just got sworn in. But youth participation in politics in Nigeria has been poor. It's not just a plateau thing or a
Okay,
Nigerian thing,
let me
it's an
see.
African
What
thing.
you said, when you mean poor, is it that we don't participate or we don't seem to participate right?
Now, this is the problem. They see the need for youth only when they are vying for office. So it feels as though the youth are good enough to get them in office, but not good enough to be in office.
Huh. Okay.
So they need us so that they can get the numbers to win an election. But once they win the election, the people that put them there don't seem relevant anymore. So that has been the case.
I said it's like it's a general problem.
It's
not
an
just
African problem.
my African.
It's an African problem.
So how do we just can we just narrow it down to Plateau State?
Certainly.
Because the elections are over. We have issues of tribunal here and there. Who rigged the election? Who did this? Who did that? One? I don't know. So
Okay. Here in Jos,
yeah,
I think there's a lot of ethnocentrism and some sense of sentiment or necessary sentiment when it comes to who a leader should be, what his responsibilities should be, and what direction he should take.
yeah.
And the people don't know, so anything a supposed leader says, it's okay for them. And it's the good thing is,
Do you actually think it's okay?
no, it's not okay. The good thing is it's changing.
Okay.
That's the truth. It's really changing because people are gradually getting more aware when it comes to politics and understanding the responsibility of a politician or a leader. And so sometimes when let's say for instance, a House of Assembly member comes and tells you that, oh, when I get to office, I go build road for
Yeah.
now. You understand that that is not his responsibility. The job of a legislator is to formulate laws, to help formulate
So
laws.
I think let me see from what you're saying right now, we need some sense of education or
Exactly.
sensitization. Let me see
Yes.
because some of us don't even know. Okay, what's the work?
And the
of?
funny thing is, we have orientation agencies
So
at the state and federal level,
Yeah.
and they are not doing what they should do. They're supposed
Because
to
I
be.
feel like some things happen out of ignorance because a whole lot of us don't even know. You say legislature, you say the only thing now, like okay, imagine during election, someone told me, not some governor, not some president. So other aspects
They
of
don't
it,
care about.
they don't even know.
They don't care about
It's
it.
not about PDP. It's not about. Do you get at
See,
that point in time?
Now, this is another funny thing. A lot of people don't even know the manifesto of the person they are supporting. They
That's very
don't.
deep.
Because I remember during the last election, there were 4 key players when it came to the Plateau gubernatorial race. There was Barrister Caleb Mutwang, the current governor. There was Dr. Nyentawe. There was Dr. Dakum. And then there was Comrade Luka Pampe.
Yeah.
I had read all their manifesto. And I had cause to talk with quite a number of them one-on-one. And the question that kept boggling my mind was, how many of these people work with read this candidate's manifesto?
Yeah.
And to an extent, I feel the candidates really didn't try, because I feel there should be like 3 versions of your manifesto. A very long one for those that want a long read and don't mind it, and then an abridged version, and then the one that is not so long, so that whichever you get hold of, you understand what this person is doing. But you hear a lot of people say, oh, Zanzabi want them because you're not the kilky. Because someone is a good person.
Seriously, it happened because everywhere. I mean, it's not the kill for us. So I just kept on wondering, it's not the kill.
So why anybody the kill? Do you understand? So I mean, I told a lot of people, a good person and a good leader are two different people. They are two different things, because there are certain characteristics that a leader must have. So no matter how good you are, if you don't have those characteristics, you will flop when given the opportunity. And we didn't know that. A lot of us, our youths on the plateau, were just following people. Kewe, anything they say, we are Jesua.
Tom, sometimes man must chop.
See, we need to disabuse our minds from that.
No, but
Because
really disabusing our minds from that would take a lot, because the thing is that I just feel like they made us suffer too much. That just offering you maybe a stipend or maybe 1K, you
I
feel
think
like,
the phrase is they weaponize for poverty.
uh-huh.
And we accepted it because the youthful population on the plateau is the biggest population.
Okay.
So it tells you that if we can work together, we can decide who is governor or a senator or a reps member.
Fine, let me
If we
just can,
can
can I
work
just can I
together,
just pause you here? Did we just see that happen in the last election?
yes, but there was still some sort of divide and rule because a great population of our people or our youth are still not educated to understand what a manifesto is
Okay.
and to critically look at stuff. For instance, there was a candidate when asked about security, he said, we are going to use drones. It's not a bad idea, but is it the immediate need of
Yeah,
plateau
see.
people? It doesn't solve the immediate problem. Do you understand? Because if you'd ask me, I would think that we should start encouraging state and community policing.
Okay, talking
Because
about that, sorry to cut you short. Talking about that, the recent attacks, right, in Mangu and some parts of Zurium and then Barkiladi. I don't know why is it unfolding like lately and then just some months, maybe some weeks after swearing in. Does it
now,
have
now,
anything to do with the fact that they
now
are
I
trying
think
to?
quite a number of people have different theories. Now, this is my personal opinion.
Okay,
Let us have it out there.
yeah.
That it's probably because certain people are not happy about how the polity on the plateau is going, because we were not hearing about these attacks in Mango
That's what
or
I'm
in
saying.
Riom.
Yeah,
So it
because
just sprang up after. So it felt as though, okay, since the person we probably wanted to win did not win, we will give you guys a terrible next 4 years. Do you understand? So I think that was
so because you were talking about the community policing, so I thought like security intervention on the plateau is one aspect that has been dealing with us
the
for,
security architecture of
yeah,
Nigeria is very faulty.
faulty. Yeah.
It's really, really faulty because it's not just in Jos. We see it's been over a decade plus that Maiduguri has been suffering from insurgency. We see kidnapping in the Kaduna Abuja route. We see kidnapping in Katsina and the states around Katsina, and it means that there is a problem with our security architecture. So let us bring it back to Jos. If we do encourage state and community policing, mun san juna mun in kana anguwa ka san wanda ke anguwanka.
Yeah.
You know the people, so you will, and you know the nooks and crannies of your area.
Yeah.
So nobody will just come to your area just like that. So you will safeguard your area. Person come in to be your area guy, where are you coming from? What do you want? It will make people more alert and deliberate about security.
There's a whole lot of things to discuss about. Yeah, and then I know, of course, you are one important social media influencer on the plateau. Yeah. Should I mention the yeah, because you have plenty of people that will be watching this right now. You get to, let me just not call the name, Sha. You understand? But let's just get it down to our own level. You understand? Where we are young people and then we know the kind of things we post on social media. You get recently the Davido thing, the Banky W stuffs, and then there's a whole lot of things
Going
happening in the country.
true.
We have this just boyfriend, girlfriend beef. Do you get? And then in the presence of all these things, just wake up on media and you see some people like, it's like they don't even fucking care. They don't even really live in this space. Did they even just like, do they know that they're killing people in Mangu? Did they know that?
I think it's just misplaced priorities, and it's not totally the youth's fault. It's
Okay.
not totally our fault, because I think that the political elite
Yeah.
created the distractions.
Okay.
For instance, we have more clubs, chilling spots, bars, brotels, and hotels than we have recreational facilities. Like, not, I'm not saying recreation, those are recreation,
Yeah.
or skill acquisition
Yeah.
facilities, or sport facilities. You see, if you don't engage the young population to do something with their, because they are full of energy, with their energy, with their intellect, they will channel it to other vices and it will not come out well. And the funny thing is, as you create these distractions, they are milking it. They are reducing the productiveness of the youthful population while they are making money. And then we go work for those places, they no go pay us well. Our sisters wey dey work there again, they no go let them rest. And because of that, they've created this appetite in our girls, that when some guys like us go meet them now, they no go gree.
Why do you know they agree?
Because these guys have created an
Maybe they go
appetite.
feel okay. Have you met someone that tells you okay, probably because your dada or something?
No, there are ladies that will not date me because of my hair. That one for sure.
Uh-huh.
But that's not, I think the point I'm trying to
Yeah.
make is, because of the economy now of
Yeah.
the plateau youth, and these people have created some sort of appetite, as I said.
Yeah.
So for instance, if you dey used to taking garri every morning, then person can introduce you to fried rice and salad. After a while, if you see garri, you no go wan look garri 2 times. You remember, garri, I remember that
Maybe I
time.
want
But
shawarma.
do you understand? Because an appetite has been created.
Okay,
So
but actually, like looking down towards that level, like someone has not eating properly. Probably you're not subscribed your phone, and then you're asking for shawarma of 2K or 2.
okay, fake
Ah.
life is also a thing in Josu.
That's another aspect.
Fake life is,
that's a different.
and their social media no dey
But
try
even,
for this
even
job.
trying to say I want to eat shawarma, is it even fake? Like, are you even
No,
faking?
there's nothing wrong with eating
Eh,
shawarma.
no. But why is he on the hype? Like,
but
oh,
shawarma is not cheap, guy.
Okay.
Shawarma is like, the least you get shawarma now in Jos now like 2K.
No, it don't increase.
You see?
Lately, fuel don't increase. Everything
Okay,
don't
so
increase.
let us say shawarma is 2.5. Let's say
2.5.
it's 2.5, the cheapest shawarma you can get anywhere. To me, it's not common sense. 2.5 now, I fit just enter market, buy few things, and I go chop 3 square meals that day. This is me. I'm not talking for everybody.
Yeah.
And then when I know I have more than enough at home, I will go chop shawarma. And then about that, I mentioned fake life earlier. Some people are just doing some of these things to oppress other people on social media, because the clothes where they wear, they no be their own. The places where they go snap sef fine pass the house that they stay. If you get mine, just snap for your house, post am. Now everybody snap for your house, post am. If you get mine, if you're not fake. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. Because in the midst of this, the hustle and the bustle for a better plateau, like you still see stuff like that. Like you could see at the post, they don't keep people from mango, and then probably this person I'm a mango boy. See, it's none of my business because my house has not been attacked.
I think we need to start thinking as plateau, not as ethnicity, because it's the enemy is doing a divide and rule thing.
You know,
So they are
as it is happening right now. You know, there was a time he said, "Yambi rom ni queen."
we hear that more back to back.
That don't be Yambi rom now.
Do you understand?
I see Rom, everybody locked up.
Mbirom muna chinshanu. Now are they trying to say that Emongusu na chinshanu? And the funny thing is, we have indigenous tribes that keep cattle. It's not just a Fulani thing.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I think plateau youth need to be more conscious of what is happening, and we need to speak with one voice, because this divide and rule no go help us, and it's even helping the political elites, because person wey dey APC now, maybe that was aggrieved in APC, fit enter PDP now. This, we saw it play in the last elections, where somebody was in a party, he moved to another party and he became even campaign director. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the political elites are not permanently enemies, but we that are their followers, we are just following blindly.
I think they just confuse us and then make us fight.
That is why we need to start scrutinizing stuff. Okay, I'm not going to vote you because you're my dialect. I'm going to vote you because you have something
actually,
really
that was
to
what
offer.
that thing really played out in the last elections, because
Yes, it did.
Like you can't see Pashma tell you say no, or you can't see Mango Man tell you say no, no, no.
Even though there were few Mangu people
Like
that
we saw
did not
a
vote the
hell lot of
governor.
things on social media. Like people became real enemies.
Yes, there are people
But
that don't talk to me
up,
anymore.
yeah.
People will block me for social media because some of us take our political stance and we stand by it. Some of these people that talked, this is their first election in their entire life. Some of us, this is like my fifth
Because
election
for me
participation.
personally, I saw
Yes,
the last election like a race for ethnicity.
but it was a race for ethnicity.
That's what I'm saying personally. That's why I saw.
it, that was what it was in the
Yeah,
central,
because I
because
don't know.
the key players were all from the central zone, and then there are two major tribes in the central zone. There's the Magavul and then there's the Ngas, and everybody was siding with his own. You see, Mupun people were all behind Dr. Dakum.
Because it was Mufun.
See, for me, all the candidates were good. That's the truth. But there are candidates that are better,
Okay.
and then there are candidates that we need for the now, and there are candidates that their ideas and ideologies will serve in the future. But Plateau State has a current problem that needs to be fixed, and certain ideas, as good as they are, will not play out now. Bamasu.
So right now, so because we're getting behind, you get so time. Let me see. So, but right now, lastly, about the tribunal going, what's your take on the state right now?
You want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
Nentawe is wasting his time.
Why?
He's wasting his time. First off,
I think it's just normal for anyone to feel like okay,
it's
if
not
I've been
normal.
ripped off,
You're not being ripped off. Let me say this, because
I
for
guess they
all those
have.
that follow
I
me,
guess they have evidence.
for all those that follow me on social
Yeah,
media, know
yeah.
that I have my political stand. I supported Barrister Caleb Mutfwang,
Yeah.
and I love Dr. Dakum, and I love Luka Pampi. My issue now is, you cannot tell me, Bible says bad company corrupts good morals.
Yeah.
So you cannot tell me that you're
Cycle.
with bad people and then you're the odd one out, you're the good person. Then there's something about you, Kenan, that that means you're not really a good person. Because make it make sense to me. We saw the Jang administration and what they did, right? Yet Jang flagged a candidate, late GNS Pajok,
Yeah.
and Plateau people said no, in spite of everything he did as a governor. Then Lalong comes and messes up everything, and then they are bringing, and not just in Plateau State, APC messed up the country, and then you're bringing Nentawe and telling me that I should support me. It doesn't make sense. Many Lalong yai. Quote me anywhere. Many Shia, please, they should tell me.
Yeah.
And if they want to use British flyover, I go just laugh them, because
No, but kudos. To
No,
him.
that's dope.
Kudos.
But
Like every time, every time
shouldn't
I'm
be,
just flying on that breeze, just
but
be
that
like,
shouldn't
that's
be the only thing.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
shouldn't be
it
the
would have
only
done
thing.
well better.
What was his contribution in education? What was his contribution in healthcare? What was his contribution in agriculture?
We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. Legendary Session podcast here. I still have Storm Taddy in the house because I was just getting to the point that when Musman came on board, he had to suspend all those.
Okay.
Yeah, because it seems like we had.
Okay, he suspended the newly elected, employed
Yeah.
people, and I think part of the reason was
Because actually there's a mixed reaction right now.
there's
There is.
definitely, I think Lalong's government did it to make Mutfwang unpopular very early, because he knew that these are the kind of steps that Mutfwang would want to take. Because there were people that were employed based on who they knew, not based on their antecedents or what their capability and certificates say and can do. So we need to reevaluate it. And this is not an official statement from the government, but I feel they were suspended, not we are saying all of you go home, so that we evaluate this thing and investigate. Okay, if you were given a job as a doctor, are you really a doctor?
Yeah, you
Do you have
qualified? Yeah.
all the licenses and everything? Let us look at that. Let it not be a case whereby because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I think we have to close this session because we could talk
We
on
will
and
talk.
on. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're still on to Legendary Session Podcast, and then we have Storm Taddy in the house. So, brilliant and amazing photographer, artist, so many things, and then you call yourself what other name?
Violence DG.
But I don't talk that one. Maybe I dey afraid cause
No, I'm
you-
retired now.
Okay, you're retired.
Yeah, I just the work based on contract need for now. So
So that means you're a contractor. How am I sure that you are a contractor right now as you're sitting?
no,
Someone didn't contract you.
no one contracted. This one I'm here on my own.
Okay.
Nobody sent me. It doesn't have anything to do with the governor because I supported him. It doesn't have to do with anybody. This one, now me come myself.
So all you just need to know about the show, we just come to fix issues. If you feel you have something contrary to what he said,
Please come
you
and
could,
talk.
yeah.
Oh.
We don't want any violence.
No violence.
Yeah, don't
This
attack
one
us. Yeah.
it's
It's just a peaceful.
conversation.
Yeah, it's just a peaceful conversation. You could just say, But for the day back, can we have another mic, another seat. We invite you over, then we talk.
We'll talk about
Because I think you said your own now will be pending. This is your podcast now will be unfinished business now. Because probably I know there's someone that might want to come and say, what this guy said is not. So we're open to suggestion and any other thing. So signing out right now, what will be your last words right now?
Okay, a few things.
Yeah.
I think that the current administration should do better than other administrations have done. We want to see more youthful participation. If you want to give commissioner for youth and sports, it should be a youth. And during the campaigns, I remember asking the governor, and he said the definition of youth to him is from 18 to 45. So
Okay.
if we see a commissioner of youth and sports that it is who is not in that age bracket, we are going to call him out on it. Because we support him does not mean we should not call him out on certain
Sure.
things. And
Sure.
also, when it comes to our industry, I think we should have more collaborations than competition because it's not helping us. If you're part of this clique, it means you cannot do stuff with this clique. We will not grow as an industry if we continue like that.
We should support healthy criticism.
Yes, and we should be able to accept healthy criticism.
because I feel like most times when we're criticizing, you just turn my enemy because I just tell you what.
Maybe part of the reason is because those criticizing are not constructive in their
Actually, yeah,
criticism.
yeah, actually.
That's part of it. We all need to understand and learn constructive criticisms and learn to take it, because even me, nobody, I know they enjoy them because it may just hurt someone's ego. But thanks for having me on the show, though.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a wrap on Legendary Session Podcast. Thank you, Storm, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Blessings, man.
That's all, Baba.